Let's do this. AI generated images are getting too real. 6 minutes of depression.
A few months ago, where I showcased some really impressive AI art using Dream Booth that can copy any subject or any art style, and by using some really good fine-tuned models, you can generate some incredible art with just text. Well, 4 months later, people somehow made everything look so much better. From the extreme realism,
God, I just can't believe this. It looks so good. So good.
where the images just look like real people without the fake image glow that other AI will create, or illustrations that are so much more coherent and stylistic.
Oh my God. Look at this. How can I compete with this? How can I compete with this? I will never be that good of an artist.
Making most of the ways that people suggested on how to identify AI art unusable, especially with
yes, how to identify AI images. Oh, details close-up can get the AI confused, giving unsure illustrations of details. That is true. But there's two things. First of all, the hands. I noticed that the hands, AI doesn't know how to make hands. It's never 5 fingers. It confuses. It's like 7 fingers, 10 fingers in one hand. So you kind of can notice that. But also what I noticed, there are some artists, what they do is that they do an AI image and then they fix the AI image with their own style, or they add the details or fix the problems. So basically half of the work is AI generated and then half of the work is that. Not even half, maybe like I would say 30% is what they are doing. Do you call that cheating? I don't like that. I really don't like that, but at the same time, a lot of artists have been using so many methods to work faster and do things better. So I don't know, but I think that's the future, you guys. I think it's gonna be the future. I think a lot, especially people who are working on a crunch or working really hard, for example, game developers or animators or any person out there that does that as a living, and they need to do like productivity, the fastest that it is, the more that they can earn. I think that they will be using a lot of AI stuff like that to help themselves.
These new techniques. I just want to put a disclaimer on this video that this does go down the uncanny valley of mine, where there is gonna be even
Oh my God. The AI generated is so good.
more art style copying and potential for deepfake.
Yeah, this is the problem, you guys. Like, look, this is an artist who put all his work and so much hours doing this. And then this is what the AI created in a couple of minutes. This is depression. I'm sorry. I mean, the dog looks really derpy, but you can fix that easily. And that's it.
Potential for deepfake images, while everything is still improving over time. I am still figuring out how I feel about all these, but I also think everyone else deserves to learn about this, because this is a technological advance
I think people are gonna go back into traditional art. I feel like digital artists are gonna have a big problem with AI, and the only way for people to either create new values for digital art and create new things for it to improve it, or do something different that AI cannot do it, like a style or something. Or, as I said, go back to traditional art where AI or digital has nothing to do with it.
Inevitably have to face. To quote,
This, for example, like, I'm fine with this because not this one, but this woman or this bird or this 3D type. I mean, I'm not a 3D artist, so I cannot speak. I'm more of a 2D artist. So, but I think these are fine because you can clearly see that it is AI, and you can clearly distinguish the style. And I don't think a lot of digital artists would go and do something like this themselves. So if somebody is really appreciative of this style, they would go with the AI version.
Tweet, AI will not replace you. A person using AI will. And this is soon going to be the
AI will not replace you, a person using AI will. And that is the problem.
world that we live in. So
If
maybe
we
getting a
stop
better
using
understanding of how
AI,
everything works so you don't get left behind is pretty important too. Anyways, to get to this level of generated realism or illustration, as Rome wasn't built in a day, we have to go back and start from the ideas of Dream Booth and fine-tune models, which I mentioned in a previous video. Check it out if you haven't. Since Dream Booth is good at learning literally anything with a very small amount of dataset, people started using Dream Booth to fine-tune on an art style or an object, which makes fine-tuning on the original Stable Diffusion models kind of obsolete because it takes so much more images, training time, and computational cost to do something that is only slightly better. So some people in the community got really creative and started merging Dream Booth and other fine-tuned models together and discovered that it works surprisingly well. That pretty much started a whole new wave of merging models together to create something that will contain the best parts of the merged models. However, merging models was not a new concept. It existed pretty early on, but because it is much more complicated than training or fine-tuning since you are just directly messing with the weights within the model architecture, people didn't really use it when Dream Booth just came out and made everything so easy. But as time passed, more trial and error research was able to be made so that good merges began to emerge around the middle of January and became popular ever since. There is a really good explanation of how different types of merging works. I'll link it down in the description. I'll just give a very simple explanation that classic merging works basically by adding or calculating the differences between the weights so that the combined model would uniformly share the key features that each of them has. While block merging is another type of merging which allows you to specify a particular layer of the model, so it gives you a lot more fine control on what features you combine. Block merging is extremely useful as some part of the layers is pretty much equivalent to an abstract feature such as hands. So merging a model that is good at generating hands with another that is not will pretty much guarantee their baby model will be able to generate good hand features. So now, since we can merge models together however we want, then there is no stopping from merging a merged model with another merged model to create a merged model that is used to merge with another model. So a mix is born. In some of the most popular mixes, they will include mix recipes, which would tell you how they have merged a variety of different models to get something that can generate details you would not be able to achieve with fine-tuning. And there are mixes such as the orange mixes, which is one of the most popular illustration mix collections which you can try out. But here comes LoRa, a new approach released 2 months after Dream Booth. It was originally made with the purpose to reduce the storage and the time of fine-tuning large language models, but some people saw its potential and it was implemented into Stable Diffusion to create something even more phenomenal than Dream Booth.
All of these, almost all of them are so bad.
To give you an idea of how LoRa works, usually any fine-tuning or Dream Booth would literally take your 7GB model and fine-tune the entire 7GB model. But instead, LoRa inserts new layers into the architecture and uses those few layers to learn the goal of your fine-tune. Functionally, it is very similar to textual inversion, so you train a trigger word with a subject for the AI to learn how it looks like. Then LoRa can regenerate the idea or the object with accuracy much better than textual inversion because it has a much deeper influence in the model. Even though its size is slightly larger than textual inversion, it is still much smaller than a fine-tuned Dream Booth model. LoRa has some very clever maths backing it up on why it works, so if you want to learn more about it, check out this Koi Boy video for a technical explanation and comparison with all the other methods. Things start to get weirder here though. Some big brain individuals somehow figured out how to merge LoRa together with merged models, so you can merge LoRa with a model and merge it again with another LoRa and vice versa. So some really stylistic art began to pop out where it resembles nothing like your typical AI generated art. Most of the progress made in text generated art is either made by the weebs or by the horny people. In real life, text generated images are what impressed and worried me the most. If you remember,
oh my god, yeah. That model looks so real and it's not even a human.
Remember any text to image results on a human? They all have this weird artificial glow or texture.
Yes, exactly. Like previously, you would really notice and know that this is AI. Like you can clearly see it's not a human posing.
Which you can instantly recognize it's AI generated. But with these mixes on top of LoRa, people have found the
okay, this is too much, bro. You can't come to me and tell me that this is not a real woman.
perfect combo that will make the generation look extremely real, to the point that I had to double take when I first came across them. The mixes are based on some really sinister or unholy models, so I'll not be linking anything about it since it violates YouTube TOS. But the safe for work results are mind-blowing. The only dead giveaways of it being AI generated are either the clothing patterns or the accessories. However, the face, the anatomy, the lighting, the shade,
Dude. Dude.
the reflection, it is scary how real all these look. People would probably just need to figure out a merge to improve these small details like the buttons, hands, or even the text, and it could fool people easily. Maybe the next job that's going to be replaced are probably the cosplayers and the Instagram stars, or the internet would be saturated with fake AI generated celebrities that appeal to your personal likings. And if you incorporate ControlNet, which I talked about in my previous video, you'll gain so much more control while generating with these AIs. The precision that you'll be able to generate is going to change the digital media landscape. It is also completely possible to fine-tune these extreme realism models with LoRa to a specific person, which in this case can be potentially as dangerous as deepfake, while being much more effortless to generate once a model of them exists. Comparing the amount of hours you need to deepfake a brand new video versus 6 minutes training of a LoRa with your face, and anyone that obtains the model will be able to generate anything with your face on it infinitely, the future is gonna be extremely worrying and terrifying for some. Thank you so much for watching. A big shout out to Andrew Las Chelias, Chris Ledoux, Alex Maurice.
Oh, bro, I can't believe this. Oh my god. This poop is improving so fast that you can legitimately say ever since back in January. So true. Like, it is an ancient history. January was a month ago. This happened in a month. In a month, like, AI was just there. People were talking about, oh, look, this is AI thing you can, and then you see all these pictures looking so derpy and scary, and you're like, that will never replace actual artist. And then 1 month later, you come up with that photo of a woman. It's insane how fast AI is improved. It's insane how fast it's learning. This is completely insane. What a time to be alive. AI, like these VTubers, for example, like AI is gonna take over a lot. These pictures, these models, costume players, everything digitally will be replaced by AI, and you can either work with it or work against it. Working against it will not get you anywhere because this is not going anywhere. This is just the start. So my advice to myself and to everyone around me is learn how to use AI for your own advantage and do the best you can do with AI to accomplish something, to do something. For example, for my job, for my business, there is so many opportunities with AI, things that I can use, things that I can, but other people as well, you know? So I think that's the best you can do because it's not going anywhere. We can't go against this, for real. Just ride the wave, you guys. It's terrifying, it's scary, it's sad, but what can I tell you? A lot of things are. A lot of things.